Most loglines suck for 3 reasons. We are going to cover what those 3 reasons are and a great formula that you can use to write an effective logline. What is a logline? It is the plot, it is the concept, it is the story in one singular sentence. The first reason most loglines suck, they tell us about the story, but they don't actually show us what it is. For example, a group of friends reunite after years apart to have a night they'll never forget. Okay, you've sort of told us a little bit about the plot and sort of who it's about, but what is so unforgettable? You're talking about the thing. If you wrote a version of that where you told us what the unforgettable thing was, that's the hook. You need to tell us what the story is. Don't tell us about it kind of vaguely. And this leads into the second mistake so many people make. Their logline is too sparse to communicate their vision. It's important for your logline to be as simple as possible, but you also want to give us enough information to be interested in what you have to say. Third reason loglines suck, too much unnecessary information. If you're giving us all this backstory, character names, etc., side plots in your logline, you're basically writing a synopsis. We don't need that in the single logline. Loglines focus on what is important and they communicate with the world. They need to be minimalistic and they need to serve a function. So how do you write a great logline that communicates the core essence of what your story is? Well, the ingredients for a great logline can be defined as protagonist, inciting incident, objective, antagonist, and stakes. If you put these elements together, you can be pretty sure that your story is communicating the key elements of what tells a great story, right? The first and most important ingredient is protagonist. This is your point of view character for your story. They are the main means of change. They are the character that makes the choices that matter. It is their story. And you should start your logline with who is your story about? Inciting incident. This is the event in your story that kicks off the plot and pushes your protagonist into action. If you start your logline with protagonist and inciting incident, you can set up the plot of your story pretty easily. Protagonist objective. This is the thing your character will be doing in the story. You could say that this word represents the entire plot. Protagonist reacts to inciting incident, therefore goes after objective. Antagonist. This is the force or individual who pushes back against the protagonist's objective. It is the obstacle in their way that sets us up for stakes. This is what is at stake if the protagonist does not get their objective. And I would also say stakes is the secret sauce of kind of how you end the logline with interest. Like, oh, why does this matter? Stakes are why your logline matters. It's why your story matters. So just to recap, protagonist, inciting incident, objective, antagonist, stakes equals a logline formula. Let's go into some examples. In Spirited Away, when Chihiro's parents are transformed into pigs by a witch, Chihiro must work for the witch to rescue her parents before she loses her memory. Chihiro's protagonist, when her parents are transformed into pigs, is the inciting incident. The witch, Yubaba, is the antagonist, and her objective, rescue her parents. What are the stakes? She's gonna lose her memory if she doesn't rescue her parents. You notice how all of these elements have a coherent logic to them. Protagonist, kicked into action by inciting incident, must go after objective with antagonist in the way, and if they don't achieve objective, stakes. Now, one variation of this logline formula, you can go without the inciting incident. You can just write, for example, in Jaws, a local sheriff forms an unlikely team to destroy a great white shark before it kills again. Local sheriff, protagonist, to destroy a great white shark is his objective, and the great white shark is the antagonist. And what are the stakes? It's gonna kill again. The logline is your story, it is your plot, it is your concept. You have to nail this. Writing your logline as one sentence with all these elements can A, help you communicate what your story is, find what your story is about, and just help you come up with story ideas faster. Now, loglines are usually associated with the final stages of pitching and sharing your work with the world, but I found it's a really useful way to sort of sketch out ideas in the beginning, before you start a project. It's a way to learn what your story's about and what the stakes are and see how all of the elements play together. Like and subscribe if you want more content like this, and if you're interested in continuing your screenwriting journey, we have a free course, Writing the Short, with NYU professor John Warren that covers everything you need to know about writing short films in the link below or youngscreenwriters.com. Thanks so much.